up, guys? Alright, I'm here with another new video on the Jokic. In today's video, man, we're gonna be talking about Nikola Jokic or Steph Curry, who is the NBA MVP. We're here to cover it now because, I just have to. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a minute, you'd understand that it's been a trend. I've been talking about Jokic, and I've been talking about Steph in the past few weeks. And it's just because both players are so good and they're both doing things that are making me have to talk about both players. Now, I did a video yesterday, coming clean, saying that I believe that Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA and the MVP. But today here, I'm going to be talking about literally the whole, the analysis. Like, I just want to go over every single thing and, compare. This ain't an IW grammar class, but we can compare, we can contrast, we can do whatever it is, but we gonna get down to the bottom of it, and we're gonna talk about who's the better player, and let's go ahead and get into it. Before I do this video, look, Jokic and Steph have been so much on my, they've been right there on my radar, to the point where I think I'm gonna get one board here and one board there, one of Steph and one of Jokic. And it's just gonna be I'm gonna sit on this side when we talk about Jokic, and the other side we talk about Steph. It's like that. It's to where I'm so fascinated with Jokic now because of what he's doing. And if you look at Jokic's stat, that's a good way to start the video off. You think of Jokic's stats, he's averaging 26.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and his team is 16 and 15, so they're above 500, and he's putting up numbers of that caliber. And when you say those numbers, you're 26.5 points, 7.5 assists, you're oh, so he's a point guard. That's average point guard stuff. And then you're he averages 13.5 rebounds. What the heck? And it's and I said average point guard, so that's actually superstar point guard stuff if you average 26 and 27. You know what I mean? But to put the 13.5 rebounds in there and realize that he's a center averaging 8 assists, to realize that he's how do I say it? He's a superhuman version of Draymond Green. That is what makes it, crazy enough to say that Jokic is the best center of this generation. And I can fully say that because when you think of great centers from this generation, is Dwight Howard of this generation? If Howard didn't get hurt, maybe. Shaq doesn't matter. He doesn't count. There's been some good centers, but what he is doing is, to me personally, this is the greatest I've ever seen a center play. You got Boogie, he did get, but it's not even Jokic. He's better than Embiid right now, and it's obvious, and if you say otherwise, you just don't appreciate basketball at its finest. And then when you think of what Steph is doing, because you gotta get to him too, Steph is averaging 27.0 points per game. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. And the thing about Steph this season is that we know that he could easily be averaging 35 a game this season. He's getting up shots, but he is running in a flow offense. We know what he was doing last season, and last season he didn't get the MVP award because his team was doing bad. Well, look at his team this season. Look at him now, 23-6. That's what's putting him in the race so much, and seeing what he's doing, where he's having these 50-point games, and he's calming down, and he's not. And that's the thing. It's the poisonous and him breaking the record too. He's just being calm. This is the clutchest season so far. This is the most clutch shots I've ever seen him hit in one season. In part, no, that's cap, because the 2015-16 season, that was a season where he had a lot of clutch shots too, and the 2014-15. But this season, he's showing up big time. Against the Celtics, he showed up big time. It's games where, when it comes down to it, remember, he just showed up big time against the Pacers as well. It's the games where he doesn't do so much, but when it comes down to it, he finishes it off. That's when you make a great player. And it may seem like he's not averaging that many assists, but he is he is making his whole team score. Jokic is a great passer, but Steph his team is scoring over him, and he has that selflessness to where he knows who's going to come with him, so he allows Wiggins to put up 30 by him literally just running around the court. Thinking about it, okay, if we're going to compare, right, thinking about Steph versus Jokic, Steph has the better team. Steph is averaging more points. Jokic is an all-around more fitted player to win the MVP, I guess. There's usually MVP awards to go for probably the guy not just scoring more, but doing the most. Jokic fits for that, but Steph is having a great defensive season, holding, I believe it was his teammates to under like 15 points, or it was something like that. It probably changed that because that was a few weeks ago. So I'm probably off on that, but I know his defensive rating was really high. He's playing good defense. I'm not a defensive type of stat guy, but you know, I know my stats. I like the offensive type of stats, and I like the playmaking type of stats. I don't know how I feel about the defensive stats, but I know he's playing good defense. I know that Stephen Curry, right now, he is averaging 6 rebounds, 6 assists. So what he's doing currently is he's being Stephen Curry. He's being a marksman. And okay, when you think of comparing, so like I said, you know, Steph has the better team. So off rip, he's higher in the race than Jokic. And I understand, because I know doing this video, people are going to be like, wait, KD's number 1. How are we talking about Steph versus Jokic? Well, we have to figure out Steph versus Jokic before we can do a somebody versus KD, because KD's number 1. That's the way I looked at it. So we're doing Steph versus Jokic first. And, you know, I don't want to seclude KD, so I might as well just go ahead and say that before I get a comment saying that KD is better than both. But look, here's the deal. When I talk about comparing and contrasting, I'm going to go ahead and give you who I think is the better player. All of these categories are great, but who is the best player out of the both of these two? It's got to be Jokic right now. Jokic is better. And I just did the video yesterday, so if you watched it, you may have had a hint. But look, there's no reason that I should say Steph is better. And you know what? I'm a Warriors fan. I have a Steph Curry poster right there. I have my bed set is literally Warriors. I'm a hardcore Warriors fan. But that does not at all mean that I'm going to lie just because I'm a Warriors fan. I'm not gonna lie. Steph Curry is a better all-time player, but right now, Jokic is a better player. But that does not mean Jokic will win the MVP. He will not win the MVP because his team is not that good. And last season, Steph did not win the MVP due to his team just being over 500. Steph didn't get it. So yes, when it comes down to it, Steph is more likely to get MVP, and it'll be between Steph and KD, which I will do that video next. Jokic is the better player right now, but he will not get the MVP. Just want to state that. But that's where we're going to end this video off, man, because I don't want to hold your time no more. That's going to be it for me, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. You can always change your mind later. Don't change your mind, though. That'd be a little weird if you subscribe and then you unsubscribe. But, you know, you can change your mind if it comes down to it. I drop a horrible video and you're like, Carter, what is wrong with you? I'm unsubscribing. You can do that. So, you know what I mean? Just consider subscribing. Like I said, it's completely free. You can always change your mind later. Like the video, comment, helps the video out, makes it go farther. It'll recircle around, share this video out to your family, your friends, your best friend that you argue with, because I know you have best friend that you argue with. And y'all have a good Christmas week. I'll see y'all. Peace out.